Hi everyone, my presentation is on organizational behavior management, analyzing behavior in the workplace. We're going to touch on organizational behavior management, improving performance through an incentive system, efficacy, bounded rationality, and behavioral economics. We're going to touch on workplace spirituality, how improving performance through an incentive system produces workplace spirituality, which produces empathy, fulfillment, and a masterpiece mentality in the culture of the organization. And integrating authenticity, we're going to touch on recognition, reward, unity, and empowerment. So through improving performance through an incentive system, as an incentive system is in place in the organization, it integrates authenticity within that organization. So let's get started. Our workplace is more than making money. It is an opportunity to reach fulfillment through creating positive results in any organization. Organizational behavior management is a field of study that is related to applied behavior analysis. Organizational behavior management focuses on behavioral and environmental changes in the workplace to improve employee performance through efficacy. Industrial and organizational psychologists are flexibly talented behavioral scientists who specialize in human behavioral analysis in the workplace to improve employee performance. Improving employee performance through the efficacy of an incentive system ignites spiritual and personal interconnectedness in the employee and a positive behavioral economic productivity for the organization. So what does an effective incentive system do for an organization? A good incentive system actually creates efficacy, efficacy is the ability to create or produce a desired result. So efficacy actually creates desire in the individual. That's the way I look at it. In the employee, so a good incentive system also communicates to the organization's mission and triggers the employee's natural ability to rise. A good incentive system, when implemented, deposits purpose and fulfillment in the heart of the employee. And a good incentive system, when married to the employee, creates natural productivity and profitability. Now, what does bounded rationality mean to an organization? Well, let's look at bounded rationality. It is actually it's our thinking that binds us to the limits of what we actually think about. So since our thinking is bounded to limitations, an employee survey to find out a good incentive system to implement will not be adequate for success. It'll actually waste the corporation's money if they just throw out there a survey or an assessment to find out what the employees like and what would motivate them. So this is why industrial and organizational psychologists use behavioral economics to find out what would be the best incentive system to use within that corporation. So let's look at that. Behavior economics assists the psychologist in the application of the analysis of behavior. It weighs the total cost involved from a microeconomic standpoint. And just so you know, microeconomics is actually a part of economics concerned with single factors and the effects of individual decisions. So behavior economics is like playing a game of chess. It is psychology integrated with microeconomics. So it weighs the total cost involved from a microeconomic standpoint, and it represents the integration of psychology and economic principles to understand how employees make decisions. So when they can understand that within the organization, then they can implement a good incentive program that will bring profitability to the corporation and unity to the culture. A good incentive system links desire that ignites efficacy in the heart of the employee And it links the employee to the organization's mission. It also links an interconnectedness between the employee and the organization. And incentives actually create recognition, which creates self-actualization, a realization of talents and potentials is what self-actualization is. It's the fulfillment center. When we feel completely fulfilled and connected, and we've realized our talents and potentials and we've realized how to apply them, that's when we've reached the highest level as far as Maslow's theory. So appreciation that communicates a sense of belonging to the employee. So the incentives, that's what they create as well, appreciation. And they also create a spiritual experience of connectedness, which creates fulfillment in the heart of the employee. Workplace spirituality is ignited if an effective incentive system is ignited within the corporation, and it's applied and everything. That actually ignites workplace spirituality, and within it, it ignites empathy within an organization, which is very powerful. Empathy is a team value that promotes high commitment and cooperation in the workplace. Empathy is the ability to understand another team member's perspective, even if you do not agree. And also, workplace spirituality ignites fulfillment through meaningful work and a sense of community. It ignites a sole purpose through the recognition that the employee is valuable to the organization. So it also communicates a masterpiece mentality in the heart of the employee. The employees begin to feel what God's word says. You are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. 1 Peter 2, verse 9. An effective incentive system helps the employee want to run the race, since it really does. I mean, they have purpose, they have fulfillment, they feel empowered. So since we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. The beautiful thing about implementing a really good incentive system within a corporation, it brings appreciation to the heart of the employees, and whether they know God's word or not, they get to feel connected to God himself and to everybody around them, whether they know it or not. And that's the beauty of it. Integrating authenticity. Employee appreciation creates an authentic culture in the workplace. Employee recognition and reward creates unity within the culture. And unity creates empowerment that gives employees the ability to feel appreciated and to become self-aware of their potential. They begin to say, I love my job, because they have purpose. They feel connected to the organization. They feel a part of it. And that's what that's what industrial and organizational psychologists are trying to achieve within organizations. Concluding, improving employee performance through the efficacy of an incentive system ignites spiritual and personal interconnectedness in the employee. An effective incentive system creates a positive change in culture for the organization, which can easily increase the profitability of the organization. Obeying the precepts of appreciation and love in God's word will set any organization in a profitable status above the nations of the earth. And implementing an incentive system within an organization communicates appreciation and love to the employees and from upper management, and that company will be profitable. God says it. Thank you. Here's my references. Thank you.